up, guys? Your driver Mike here, going to the first live stream on YouTube. Let's see if anyone joins. Let's see if anyone gets on here, guys. Well, for anyone watching the rebroadcast, we are driving Lyft Power Zones tonight, and I'll tell you why. Talk to me if you're on the road. Talk to me if you're just chilling at home, checking the trends maybe. This is what we're doing tonight, right here. Strategy. So, this is a short little hangout here. We'll see how many people we can get in. But yeah, we are in the south side area of Pittsburgh. And the reason we're doing these power zones tonight is why? Surge, right? Surge versus prime time, which is basically non-existent because I believe Carnegie Mellon is done. Pitt is definitely done. Most of the colleges here are done. So remember that if you're in a college area, when do the students finish? And it's going to significantly, typically decrease demand. Here's what we got tonight, everyone. We got the new Red Bull grapefruit. Hey, we got some more people joining. How's it go? This is the first time I've gone live on YouTube, so the lighting's all weird, and I can't do landscape. I wanted to do landscape, and I have to do portrait mode, I guess. What's up? We got more people joining. It's gonna be about, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe. We'll talk for a little bit. But yeah, we are in the south side of Pittsburgh, and we're being as strategic as we can because surge in prime time is basically non-existent tonight. So whenever there's no surge or no prime time, you have to play off of the boosts or the power zones, and that's what we're doing tonight. And we have about 20 minutes until a 100% power zone kicks in at 1 a.m. right down here, downtown, and in the North Shore. So that's why I'm not online right now. You could be. I mean, I could definitely be online right now because the bars are literally about 2 blocks up that way. But I mean, dollars per hour, right? Dollars per hour and miles. I've driven 17 miles so far. That's both passenger miles and dead miles, and I've made a very meager, maybe 30 some bucks, which is, you know, whenever you're driving, you want at least $1 a mile to cover expenses. So if you're driving 30 miles, you're making $30. You're not making much in the means of profit, because remember, 53 cents a mile is your expenses, and if you're making $1 a mile, I mean, you're making what, 50 cents a mile, you know? So who's driving? Let me know. Let me see if we get some more people in here, guys. We got a few people. But let me know if you're driving, and if you are, what market. If you're not driving, why aren't you driving? Maybe it's just a break weekend, because you need some break weekends in there. So this is going to be kind of a strategy talk. It's going to be a talk around the bar hours, basically. You know, do you drive bar hours? If you don't, why? If you do, how lucrative is it versus, you know, day or morning hours? And it's just going to be a hangout. See if we can get some people in here and just have a little hangout, guys. Is the sound okay? Someone let me know if the sound is okay. I'm just talking here. I don't know if the quality's all right, guys. Thumbs up, comment. Someone let me know if the sound is all right. I'm going to try to get my Rode microphone attached eventually when we do live streams, so I can have, you know, even better sound quality. So I don't know if there's comments and I can't see it. I got a thumbs up. Awesome, man. That's good to hear. So this is what we're doing again. Apparently there's, I don't know, is boost in primetime rare, I feel? You know, I feel like it's fleeting, you know, waning off in some markets, tapering off. It's not even offered anymore. But we get it here in Pittsburgh quite frequently. I'm wondering what you guys get. So let's talk about what rides I've done so far and how it's been. With the students gone, again, CMU's done, Pitt's done. I've basically done power zones all night, and again, do it strategically, because the thing that I'm seeing, and power zones are kind of new, I believe. I mean, I don't remember seeing a lot of power zones before, so I think that's pretty new. So the thing to do with that is I'm finding that they're a lot larger than Uber Boost zones would be. And I'm talking, you know, if the Uber Boost zone is this big for, you know, a market segment, Lyft is like this big. So what you have to do is know exactly where the rides are going to come within that power zone. Because remember, it goes on vicinity for the ping request, kind of, for Lyft. Remember, because Lyft will also consider how long you've been waiting in the queue. So technically, sometimes you don't have to be the closest, because if you've been waiting longer, Lyft will consider that. But if you're a significant distance away, they're probably not going to give it to you. So if the Lyft power zone is super big and you don't go to the right area, you're not going to get anything. Robert H, what's up, man? Let's see if I can get everyone's message here. Again, I'm new to the platform here on YouTube Live. I'm trying to figure out their system here. All right, I'm actually taking a break tonight. That chat keeps disappearing. There we go. I'm actually taking a break tonight. I also would appreciate if you could comment on how Lyft hourly guarantees work, when they are offered, and also what do you feel about the new scheduled pickups? Awesome stuff, man. All right, it's always good to take a break. I took a break last weekend, was it? I think last weekend. Usually if I don't drive, it's because I'm filming content for the channel. So, but I try to get out there ASAP, you know, as much as I can. Hourly guarantees. Honestly, they haven't been doing hourly guarantees a lot anymore. All right, if you do have it in your market, the way it works is traditionally you would need to keep a certain acceptance rate, and you would need to take a certain amount of rides per hour. Lyft would say, hey, we'll pay you, I don't know, $20, $25 in that hour, but you have to take 1 or 1.5 requests, which is weird, I know. You have to maintain a 90% acceptance rate, and you have to stay online for 50 minutes out of those 60 minutes in the hour. So that's what it used to be. And again, people have told me that they don't really offer hourly guarantees much anymore because of the power zones, but you may still be getting it there. But that's what it is. Acceptance rate, rides per hour, and maintaining time online. So also the scheduled pickups. Yeah, we had a video about scheduled pickups. Kind of the carrot on a string for us. They were like, oh, hey, scheduled pickups are here in Pittsburgh, and they weren't, you know. And someone else told me that. At least one other person on the channel said that they had scheduled pickups, and they didn't. I like it because consider if I'm going online at like 10, let's say, and I'm just going to sit there and go online. Now, a little tip. I mean, obviously, I would say go online from your place, you know, apartment or house, and just go online if possible and just sit in there and get your first request, and then go down to your car when you get that request. A few things with that: try to have the car already set up and clean, because then the person's waiting for you to get there, and your car is not going to move on the app there. So you got about probably 2 minutes or 3 before they call and say, hey, what's going on? So, but that's what I do. I mean, I'll just sit in my place. The car is already pretty clean. I'll just have to throw up the trade dress. But as far as, I'm sorry, I lost your question. Oh, scheduled rides, yeah. It's good because if you're sitting at home and you're like, hey, I'm going to go online at like, I don't know, 10 a.m., right? And you're just going to sit there online when you could be doing other things. If you already know you have a ride request, I think that's pretty good. So, and if someone has ride requests, let me know, because what I'm hearing is that there's a window for the pickup. Like if the pickup's at 10, you have to be there 30 minutes early or something like that. And that could be completely wrong, but someone's like, hey, I have to be there earlier when the passenger has a window. But yeah, I think they're pretty good. I think there's nothing wrong with scheduled pickup requests. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free, because really we're just doing a quick hangout before the 1 a.m. power zone hits. People are rolling past these cobblestone roads, guys. But yeah, shoot some questions, and really I'm just kind of hanging out until 1, because I don't know. I mean, I could probably check Uber right now, but I don't think it's surging. Hasn't really done much tonight. I think it's gonna pause the live stream anyway if I check. I'm afraid to check right now. But the lighting's really weird. It makes me see that. It makes me look like I'm losing a tooth there or something. The lighting's really odd here. But again, let me. We know we're doing the Power Zones tonight. Let's talk about some videos that I have coming up, or even bigger than that. Let's talk about that Delete Uber campaign and the resurgence of Delete Uber. Like I commented in that video, which is on fire, which is getting a lot of comments and views, which is awesome. Are you considering deleting the Uber app or the Lyft app? I guess not so much the Lyft app yet, because some drivers are like, hey, if Uber is doing this shady business with the incorrect fare calculations in New York, if they are shortchanging drivers nationwide with upfront pricing, what else? A gambit of other lawsuits. But what's Lyft doing, right? I mean, Lyft's got to be doing something. So yeah, there may be some. Hopefully, I don't want anything to happen with Lyft. I think Lyft is pretty good. I think they're pretty clean so far. And a fun fact, something really interesting, is remember Juno? Remember Juno? They're still operating under Juno, but of course they were bought by Get, and Juno promised drivers in the New York City market private stock in Juno, okay, that would mature, they can get money on the stock. That's void. That's not happening anymore, and Juno's paying out those drivers, but there's no stock options anymore. I think that was really attractive to a lot of drivers. Now, you can still sign up for Juno, because I have no idea what's going on with that, but they may still launch nationwide. They're still only in New York City. But you can still sign up, and they've had a really low commission, which is great. So who knows what's going to happen with those stock options, with the commission levels. But yeah, centering back to the Delete Uber campaign, pay, which is huge, because right now, all right, consider the reason that I'm not on right now, and there's some people that are walking up towards me, they're going to think this is really funny, but the reason that I'm not online right now is because of pay, basically. All right, the standard fare for driving without surge is $105 a mile. I really thought they were going to wave at me or something, trying to distract me. Just people just swap right by. But that's why I'm not online right now. All right, and if you're online, if you're driving, I'm sure everyone wants to make the most per hour. If they paid more, if Uber paid more, we would be online more, right? And that would help more passengers get a ride more reliably, which is good for everybody. But if rates are 65 cents a mile in Orlando, right? Oklahoma City, if rates are here 105 a mile, all right, remember, 53 cents a mile is expenses. You know, is it worth it to be out here for a net of 53 or 50 some cents a mile, right? That's why I wait for prime time, boost, power zones, surge, something to maximize my dollars per hour, and that's what we talk about in the maximizing surge video. So let me know if you guys are considering deleting the Uber app, because that's really the main thing. It's pay. I mean, it's pay, and it's the upfront pricing where there's been a change to pay and we're not getting that pay. Allegedly, that's what I've heard. I have not sat down with a passenger and compared after a ride. Let me know if you've done that too, right? Hey, let me see your receipt real quick. I just want to see, because I've heard pricing may be off, and they can show you and you can compare. And there may be that gap there, and Uber's getting that gap, right? Other reasons why, it's really mainly just that upfront pricing. Let's see, Robert, they just started offering the scheduled rides. All right, this week in Philadelphia. Great thing to start. Oh, you did delete the Uber app. Okay. Hey, I'll tell you what, guys. Hey, thanks for commenting, by the way. I appreciate that, because you know, it helps me when people comment, so we can have, you know, a little discussion. It's interesting because actually, now that I think about it, what am I doing tonight? All my rides are Lyft rides. I have not done one Uber ride, right? And it's pure competition. Lyft is offering better incentives than Uber. Lyft has a 100% power zone from 10 until 12, and then now there's a little bit of a gap here. We're going to go soon. I got 9 minutes. And then 1 until 3. So I'm going to be doing that 100% power zone for the next 2 hours. That's a 4-hour block right there. That's a guaranteed 100%, which is a 2x, right? And what is Uber doing? Uber's offering a boost zone of 1.5, 1.7. Now here at 1 a.m., they are going to offer a 2x boost. So who do I take? Actually, now that we think about it, guys, this is a good question. If there was a 100% Lyft power zone and a 2x guarantee Uber boost, who would you take? Think about it, because I know who I would take. Take a sip here and think about it. I would take this guy. Why? Because tip it in the app. That's why. Tip it in the app. I mean, if it's both the same fare, if it's the same rates, per mile, I can get a tip on Lyft. There you go. I think I missed it. I need to figure out these comments, guys. They pop up here and they disappear because I saw a comment. Robert, I think you commented again. I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not. Oh, your comment disappeared. That's. All right. Oh, there it is. I think I saw it. 100,000 drivers would commit to not driving for Uber for at least 2 weeks. It would really force them to change. What do you think, guys? 100,000 drivers that agree to not drive for 2 weeks. I mean, I get it. 100,000 drivers. Possibly. I think we would need more, honestly. I think we would need 300,000. It's been reported there's 20,000 here in PA alone. Now, obviously not all 20,000 are driving. I would say like 9,000 are driving, probably that, a lot of people stop driving after a while. 4% of drivers are on the Uber platform after 1 year, reported by CNBC. 4%. But no, I get what you're saying though. If we had, whatever number it is, forget the number. If there's a ton of hundreds of thousands of drivers that stop driving for 2 weeks, absolutely. Now, I mean, we obviously know what Uber's going to do. They're going to hit the marketing hard. They're going to hit the boost zones. The guarantees hard, that's tough because that's what they would do. It's like, all right, hey, 300,000, because we've had strikes before. Remember, we've had strikes in Pittsburgh. There was it's tough to call it a strike because how many participated versus how many drivers were still online. But I remember that. Okay, there was a strike here in Pittsburgh. Excuse me. But nationwide, I mean, especially New York, or let's go back to Juneau. What if there was 12,000 Juneau drivers in New York City compared to 20 or 18,000 that were on Lyft? That is good. That's good numbers for Juneau. To have 12,000 drivers versus like comparable to Lyft, right? And what if a lot of them stopped driving for Juneau, right? Juneau is basically an upstart, and they could cripple Juneau because, again, they're only in the New York City market. So a lot of them refuse to drive, take it on a small scale. They'll damage Juneau just like that. So if you macro that out to Uber, same thing, right? Just on a bigger scale. I missed another comment. Oh, here it is. Oh, hey, there it is, guys. I had to upswipe from the bottom. There's a comment box, and I click it, and it just gives me options. But I can't. Okay, now they're disappearing again. And your patience is awesome. Really it is. All right. Lockdown 03 Cobra. I would take Lyft just because tips. Yeah. I also deleted Uber and doing Lyft 100% in the San Francisco Bay Area. Be right back. Got a request. Robert, if 100,000 drivers. Okay. Yep. We mentioned that. Okay, Robert, yeah, I see your other comments here about just in general. Yeah, if a lot of us just stopped driving, absolutely it would make a difference. Hey, GameCar88, what's up, man? Hey guys, hey, this is our first live stream here, GameCar. Lockdown 03, the Bay Area. And actually, little spoiler for everyone, just for you guys in the live stream, but hey, people will watch it on the rebroadcast. Nothing at all official right now. Nothing at all official. But Mackenzie and I, my girlfriend, may be moving to the California market. Maybe moving to the California market. Big news from the Your Driver Mike channel. For a job on her end, but maybe we're looking in the San Diego area. Thumbs up, man, that's right. I love Pittsburgh. I grew up in Pittsburgh. My parents are here, my brother's here. Family's here. I love Pittsburgh. Beautiful city, small, tight-knit, welcoming people. Great stuff to do. The tech is booming here. We have an Uber office. I would actually, if I stayed here, I'd apply to be an Uber vehicle operator. I think that would be pretty cool for their autonomous cars. But I mean, I just love the industry. You know, it doesn't even have to be that. I mean, when I move out there, I'm actually hopefully going to try to apply for an Uber community center, green light center manager. I mean, my background's in customer service. I know a lot about Uber in the industry, so yeah, you know, little spoiler for you guys. It's all we don't know what's going on right now, but maybe moving out there. Yeah, man, it is very nice. The weather there is pretty sweet, right? The weather is pretty sweet. All right, a few minutes here, guys, and I don't want to kill my car battery because we're on the battery for the lights right now, which I've done before. Actually, there's a really old video when I first on the channel where my car battery died because I was listening to music, I believe, and I was actually down here. I was like blocks down that way, and I had to get a jump. Mackenzie had to come down and give me a jump, but I need to buy a portable jump starter. You know, that's an accessory that I don't know if I talked about that in one of my accessories videos, but get one of those if you're driving for the long haul. If you're doing a lot of driving, even personal driving, I need to get one of those, a personal jump starter, just for those cases here. So I'm gonna turn my engine on, and if the sound is annoying, let me know. It's probably gonna shake the steering wheel a little bit. Those pay from themselves. Use it once. I mean, I have AAA. You know, AAA couldn't come out, but it takes an hour. You know, they're like, hey, we'll be there in 60 to 90 minutes, which is fine, I guess. But you don't know if it's an emergency or, you know, you need to be somewhere ASAP. If you have a portable jump starter, boom, done. All right, let's see if this, just so we get the battery moving here. I think that's okay. I don't really see it shaking too much. Roberts. We could truly put a hurt on Uber and force them to make positive change by truly not driving for at least a few weeks, no matter what the surge. That is the big if, right? Regardless of the surge. I know. If we're driving, or if you're looking at the app, because again, ABC, always be checking the app, and even if you don't drive, a lot of us will be itching to check the app just to see what it's doing. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe you deleted it. That's cool, you know. But what if you check the app and it's like 5x? If our cap here in Pittsburgh, typically it's been about 4x, except for the busiest of times, it'll be around 4x. What if you see like 5, 6? That's the test. Test number 1, getting enough drivers organized to do it. Test number 2 is having them not go online during a 4, 5, 6x. Ugh. Or bonuses, you know, like, hey, take a ride, you know, downtown and get extra, you know, $5 a ride, something like that. Well, I'm gonna go online here. It's 1 a.m. I think this is okay. Is the video all right, even though the engine's on? Yep, absolutely, Robert. Need to realize boycotts or protests will only work if they stay committed and not drive. I've always said, since I started driving, a little bit after I started driving, that $2 a mile is my perfect pay. you know, for the IRS deduction for my time out here, and to make it decent pay to good, strong pay, $2 a mile. All right, if it's less than that, it can be good pay, but to make it really strong, this is good money for the time allotted. I think $2 a mile is pretty good, especially for expenses. I think I saw another. I wouldn't drive no matter what the surge because I realized to force change all drivers would commit. Yeah, I hear you. If that would push them to raise it from, I mean, 65 cents is ridiculous. 65 cents a mile is ridiculous. For Orlando, for Oklahoma City, I think it is 65 cents, and that's ridiculous. When the expenses are 53 cents a mile, come on. I mean, 105, well, it's 110 now because we had that rate increase. I did a video on that. It's 110 a mile now. But yeah, 65 cents is not, it was 30 cents a mile in Detroit, you know, last year. 30 cents a mile, which is at a loss. It's at a loss. Uber cannot spin that. 30 cents a mile is a loss. 65 cents a mile even can be a loss because you could drive more miles than dollars per mile, and you're spending more money to drive than you're getting back, you know. But see, I hate leaving. You know, I like doing the live streams. I think it's pretty fun. If you could work for Uber in some way, I hope you do the best to help drivers. Man, I can talk to anyone. I like talking to people. I like talking to people about what I like. I love tech. I love consumer technology. I love this app-based rideshare industry. I think it's awesome. I think it's really neat every time I see the autonomous vehicles drive around, and Mackenzie's like, oh, you see those things every day. Why do you so get excited when you see them every day? I just like what they're doing, and that's why I like California and San Francisco. I like just tech in general. So yeah, I mean, if they listen. I've heard that Uber doesn't hire former drivers. That's what I've heard, right? But hey, I mean, 8-9 years in customer service. I got my MBA. My undergrad's from Penn State. I know the industry. I have a good I mean, I got it. Come on, hire me, guys. I would tell them, guys, look at your Facebook. Look at your Facebook videos. Every comment is negative. People, riders, drivers, your comments are negative, all right? Look at your YouTube. Look at your YouTube channel. They have disabled likes and dislikes. They have disabled comments because you can't leave any feedback on a Uber YouTube video. I'm like, guys, you need a reframing of customer service, all right? And there's a lot more we can get into. I'm gonna go online. I may go on live later, maybe. Let me check the comments here. Why does Detroit even bother having Uber at 30 cents a mile? It's because people would drive. Unfortunately, people would drive at 30 cents a mile, that's why. And I think it was kind of a test too. At the time, it was kind of a race for the bottom for them. You know, how low can we go with, excuse me, with rates? How low can we push it that drivers would still drive? And there's a lot of algorithm work being done. It's like, all right, well, we only have 10% of drivers that we used to, but passenger use is up 50%. Like, they got a ton more passengers use it, and then they have to weigh because again, it's not just us that's getting low pay, it's Uber. If Uber has rates at 30 cents a mile, Uber is getting 30 cents a mile, you know, commission, whatever that is. It doesn't make sense for them either to have rates super low because they're getting super low profit back, you know, so. Well, can't remember the last time you read a positive news story about Uber. Can't remember either. Yeah, that's bad. I read a lot of news on them. Yeah, treat drivers better. That's what it comes down to. Thanks, Robert. Is it Robert or Bob? I mean, what do you go by? What do you prefer, man? Robert, I guess, because your name, you wrote it on there as Robert. A newer driver, greatly appreciate the help. Yeah, there's a lot of channels out there providing good stuff. I mean, I'm definitely a master of the system. I mean, I'm an expert of the system. I know how it works. I know customer service. I know how to maximize profits. I'm an expert in this system. But there's also a lot of experts. You know, there's a lot of other people as well. So, all right, I gotta go. We're doing this. We're hitting this up tonight, guys. We're hitting the mustache up for the power zones. So leave a like if you appreciated it. It actually helps with the algorithm a little bit. It gives a little more visibility for other people that haven't checked out the channel. So give a like if you like it. If you happen to be new, this channel is dedicated to the rideshare space. We work to maximize your rideshare profits and your ratings. And that is about it. I think I end it with this button right here. So I will see you guys later and talk to you later, guys. Later.